don't know if I'll have time to do this one, but I was looking out of my garden room window. I say garden room, it's just a room that happens to be south facing. But this morning's about 6:30, and a beautiful blue sky, light blue sky, but with these gorgeous sunrise clouds just underlit. Oh, just beautiful. A little bit of a grey cloud going across, and the wind's usually southwesterly here. They were blowing across the sky. So let's have a go. I'm going to spray, I don't know what I'm going to put under it, landscape of some sort. Let's just wet the paper. It's all running down a bit, but never mind. It's very dry again and warm. So a bit of white, bit of ultramarine. I'll try to keep this a little bit luminous. So let's just paint the sky. Just get a wash on first. I've primed this piece of Fabriano with some burnt sienna and a bit of dilute PVA glue. Let's just let that off a little bit. Let's just thicken it up a little bit. A bit more blue on the top there. Just graduate it. Just ultramarine. Okay, let's put in some light clouds now. So a touch of ochre. And over they go, it's wherever they're going up that way. And there's a bit of grey in here. I did photograph it, but I don't know if that came out. A bit of orange, a bit of ochre. Oh, I thought they should be under. Well, the light seemed to be on top of the clouds, so maybe the sun was up and these were low clouds. So brilliant. I wonder if I put a bit of lemon yellow with, or a bit of cab yellow with that as well. But it was a sort of orangey, beautiful orange. I'm sort of working this from memory, which is always faulty, so let's just... Now get that grey back. It's just sort of going across that brilliant blue sky, although my sky is not very brilliant. A great colour for doing this is light red. Probably use burnt sienna, but mix it with a bit of white. It's a bit more luminous than this. try not to repeat myself, but it's sort of am. And we'll have. So I'm going to mix a little bit of. I'll just clean the old stuff off. Some Viridian. This one's got to dry here. Great colour Viridian. Mixed with a bit of blue. And a lot of white, so you can get that greeny glow that you get low down. The greeny blue. Just clean my brush. Let it dry. There was more misty sort of cloud coming over that, which I'll do when that's dry. Right, so a touch of Viridian, touch of white, and a bit of blue. Oh, you get this sort of greeny blue. Let's just water it down a little bit. I'm not worried about the ground colour showing through. I just want that luminous sky. I'm going to put a landscape under here. I'm not going to paint my back garden. So it just gives that greeny tint. Has anybody watched Tent Teepees? Tent Teepee by Nagalero, Portuguese guy, married to a Swedish lady. He's out in the outback in Sweden, not far from where he lives, but he's camping rough for months, all through the Swedish winter. And he does acrylic painting when he gets time to do it. Marvellous. Tent is teepee, T-I-P-I. He lives in a teepee. Diaries, and it's really, really lovely series of documentaries that he's made of him living in the wild. Marvellous stuff. Beautiful scenery. Right, let's just see if we can make a little bit more of that greyish cloud. So just a bit of cad red and a bit of ultramarine, a bit of white. See if I can just. It's all over that, but it was sort of luminous. And so I'm not really sure whether my clouds were lit underneath or on the top now. It's just. But luminous, I'm going to get that. Okay, so let's invent a dramatic landscape for that. As a, well, something like that. Right, blue, Viridian. Let's see what in the yellow. Hope this doesn't turn into another bosom salt marsh, but hey, they're good to do, aren't they? They're great fun. Oops. You lots of colour in your mixes. All my videos are sort of instructional as well. You'll notice that I don't seem to have a method. I just make it up as I go along. Do it different every time. It's just having a go, just getting your paper set up or your canvas or whatever you want to use, and just make the piece of art. That's all I do. Now let's get some darker blue, Viridian, just making the yellow different sort of intensity rather than the black. There's a bit more red in there. It's ultramarine, Viridian, cadmium yellow, and a bit of cad red. I can put a bit more blue on the edge of that. Just a simple scene. Now we really go into the bluish colour now. Then we can enhance some of this with some of the light from the sky. Okay. Right, we'll put a little bit of orange on. Coming through there, and certainly some there. Why not? This is abstract painting because it's not copying, or my idea of abstract is not copying from any particular thing, it's just making it up as I go along. Missed it. But you see intensity. Drag over that a little bit. So everything seems to be going downhill, doesn't it? So maybe we'll block it on this side with a heavier tree. So viridian, cad yellow, load of blue. Oh, we'll just get one in here. Oh, that's a pretty good green. In fact, I like that so much I'm going to bung some of it over here. Right, that's some real dark blue, viridian. You can use the crimson. I've got some crimson on the palette. It's all Wilkinson's, £1.50 a tube. Oh, I like that stuff. I'm going to do some here. Get that dark silhouette in there. Right, now some orangey yellow. Just nice catching on the top of these. Right, let's invent a landscape to put that on now. So what I've done is I've blocked that side. I'm not saying it's finished, but now we want some nice yellows and greens coming down here. Bit of ochre, bit of white, bit of orange. Now nice green. Try and merge things. I like soft. Sienna and some ochre and some umber. More greens. Vary your colours, of course. But white turns into a grey. So when you scumble over the dry bits, you get that mistiness. When I say scumble, I mean dry brush, like, where the light catches the high spots. Needs a bit more detailing though. I've got rid of too much detail, I think. Right, let's get some ochre in there, coming down the hill. Then we'll put some highlights in as well, some nice highlights in that. I'm enjoying those greens, so I'm going to do some more of them with the crimson, the viridian. The crimson is stronger than the viridian, and the yellow. I'll just put some over here. Now I want some darks in there. So I'm going to go back to the crimson, back to the alizarin, no it's not the alizarin, and the viridian. Put my darks in. Didn't like the shape of that. Right, now some light back in there. And then some darks. More viridian is called for. Viridian. Probably 3 to 1 compared to the, well, when you mix the viridian with the crimson. Brush. Right, clean the brush off. I'm not going to put it in water, I'm just going to take the lighter paint off of that. So I want some darks in here, and also some darks in there. Right, so crimson. That's better. Just a bit of stipple. Right. Same in here. Put some like thistles and stuff in here. But just building up this landscape bit by bit. Use your imagination, such as mine. I haven't got a very good imagination. I had nothing planned other than the sky, and I might have repeated myself there, but I might change that. I'm going to put some darker, sort of a greeny, going down that hill there. Blur it out a little bit. No, I preferred as it was going over that hill. With some blue behind it. Right, that more dark. And here. I want to counter change the light against the dark, so you have to put one. So if you want to make something look lighter, put it next to something darker. So you have to play this game all the time, light against dark. then I can put some light catching. Is that right? Yeah, it looks right. Clean the brush, so I'm going to do a bit on there, and I'm going to put some light green on the top of that. It's catching the early light. So that cad yellow, a bit of white, just to lighten it. Got a bit of orange on there. Just put that orangey glow back on there. You don't want to overdo this. He says, he's overdoing it. Ah, too much. See, I overdid it. Oh, I quite like that. Can't think of much more to do with that now. So I'm going to sort of let that go. No, I'm not satisfied. Just gently catching high spots. I will put this in the mount and we'll have a look. Let's just feather that out. I like soft. The bosom scenes have turned out lovely and soft. It's an effect rather than anything graphic. I'm not good at graphics. I'm not what I do. I try to create an atmosphere of mystery, mist. That might be a bit pretentious, but after so many years, I think I can be a little bit pretentious. Right, okay, let's put in a mount. It's always stopping before you overdo. Oh, look, there's damage there. You have to watch out for that when you're using PVA glue, and so I prime both sides of the paper. Oh, be careful of that. It's not a big enough aperture there. Let's put that one on. Okay, well there we've gone for a sky effect that I tried to remember that went over about 6:30. I'll see if I can find it on my camera. Bear with me. Right. Okay, that's doesn't do it justice really. Perhaps a bit more grey in there, but you see that? Just, I've overdone that. I'm just going to put a bit of grey over that. See if I can just. So I'll just yeah, I'll just stay with the same blue, the same greys. Red. I was showing just a bit too much of the cloud, I think. Just go back with a little bit of light on the top of that. Well, I don't think I'm going to get much better than that at the moment, so we'll let that go. Let's bring you round and you can have a look at it. Rhyming slang, butcher's hook. Look, Cockney rhyming slang. Well, that looks quite reasonable actually for an abstract landscape. Hope you enjoyed that. I did try to get these clouds a bit more realistic, but not that pleased with the clouds. But the overall picture, the overall impression is okay. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.